I'm like over here, like looking like a beast.
Push the button and it makes you scream me.
I'm hoping you like this.
You never told me if I was blue.
You are
All right,
dabba-dee, dabba-da.
to do with this microphone. My beard's getting swallowed.
It's just getting it
Yeah,
the whole time.
you can hear the rustling of my beard and missing food.
Missing food.
Yeah,
Search for it.
it's in there. So I drink this coffee, everyone will be able to see it on my mustache.
Mustachio, mustachio, mustachio. Hello, my name is Maria Canellis Bennett.
Hello, I am Mike Bennett.
John.
Crushed it that time.
And this is the third episode of Adult Conversations Podcast.
Here we are. We made it to number 3. Lucky number 3. See, now we could have had the fireworks going off like on the
I know we did.
You don't know what we're doing. We're not going to do it. Fireworks. Fireworks. Excitement. Joyous. Celebration.
None of it is happening. This
Thumbs up. None of it works. Whatever.
it'll work when you don't want it to work. How are you? Are you good?
I am actually wonderful.
Yeah.
Really, really good today.
What? Tell me now.
Specifically, I don't know. I feel like it's been a collection of things.
Okay.
I feel like over the last week, I've done a lot of things that are outside of my comfort zone that I'm proud of. And so that's, I think it's just kind of all built up to today, where like just a collection of things have gone on, and I've taken a step back today and to reflect on it and how proud I am of myself for doing these uncomfortable things and going through them. So I feel really good today. I feel happy.
Yeah.
Happy day.
Well, what uncomfortable things have you done? Like sit on this chair.
Besides,
And
when you make me sit in the middle of my couch, so I'm sitting where the couch does this. It does the suck it. So I'm all the way in. So
you are
I have 37 pillows up to keep me propped up.
Yes, but the problem is if we go too far that way, then it looks weird. And then I don't want to go too far this way because then it's just,
It's just I'm being swallowed whole. It's fine. I totally get it. What did you ask me? Oh, what were the difficult things that I did?
Yes.
Ready? Drum roll, please. I volunteer coached my son and my daughter's soccer team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's it fun?
So it was terrifying. It was very, very scary at the beginning because I put out a video online where I talked about it, but like I have no problem wrestling in front of 10 or 20,000 people. But when you put me in front of 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds, it's fucking terrifying. It's so scary. And they don't prepare you for that in life. It's just like, what are you going to do? And, I had no clue what I was getting myself into, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I ended up having the best time. Like I just enjoyed playing the games and running the drills and having the scrimmage at the end and just watching the excitement through people. And then, just really enjoying like seeing some of the kids get there and they were kind of hesitant, but then really leaning into it as it went along. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun and I'm glad I did it. And it really made me like, it fulfilled me a lot.
Yeah.
It felt really good. And plus my kids were so excited. Freddie and Garber were so excited.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said my kids.
Oh. If anybody's going to take ownership, I feel as if it should be the person's body they came out of. But that's okay. Well, we'll let you take ownership today. Although Carver, I think, still wants to go back inside my body. He wants to live within me again. He gets very clingy sometimes. But what do you think made you overcome that fear?
I think wanting to be in a place lately where I do things that are uncomfortable. So I'm really trying to put myself in a place where whenever something comes up in my life or an opportunity arises, if I start to get that uneasy feeling, the uneasy feeling used to mean run away as far as you can. Now I'm trying to convince it to be like, oh, this might be fun. You should try this. And because you're scared, you have to go do this now. And I've just really been trying to push myself in that direction because I feel like every time I do, the other side is better.
Yeah.
You're a better person. You're you pick up a new skill. You feel more fulfilled in life. You feel like you can you have a different sort of purpose. There's just so much that when you push through the uncomfortableness, like I think the other side is fucking beautiful, and I think that's why I've been getting excited about that uneasy feeling, the pit in my stomach, and then you go, okay, no, that means you should go try that and see what happens.
Why do you think that happens to you?
I think because I think when you really try to become self-aware of yourself, those moments of self-discovery become exciting. And so
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
What I meant by it was, why do you think you get anxious about,
Oh, I think it always stems down to caring what other people think about you, right? I mean, it's the, well, I don't want to look like an idiot, or I don't want to say the wrong thing, or what are the parents going to think? Or, oh my God, what if I have to have this conversation with a parent and it's super awkward and super uncomfortable? And I think it's that fear of the fear of the unknown and the fear of other people's judgments, at least for me. I think and plus the unknown, I just assume is going to be worst case scenario.
It's weird. So my opinions and my strong thoughts and philosophies have gotten me in trouble so many times with other people because I don't just go with the flow. I don't allow people to walk all over me. And I feel like so many times in the past, like you question yourself and you go, well, why can't I just be that type of person that is just, accepts their paycheck or accepts whatever in front of them, accept that this is just how things are. And I can't do that. But what it also gives me is like an immense amount of peace knowing that I did it my way. Like that. Because there's just gonna keep hitting this. There's no point that I regret something because I didn't say it or I didn't do it the way I wanted to, or I wish I would have. I don't have that because I did it the way I wanted to. So if there's anybody to blame, it is me. And when I haven't done that in the past, which was for not very long, and I blame the tumor, I feel like it caused like such turmoil inside of myself. And like, because I wasn't, speaking up about the things I wanted to speak up, I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do, all because I was trying to keep the peace. And like, if anything, it made me less peaceful. I was just so angry. And I think that weird conflict happened within me because, I had this tumor telling me one thing and I didn't know, like, if I was just angry or if it, then at the end when I knew I had this tumor, like, was it the tumor or was it? And then I think that was worse. I think, not trusting my own intuition was worse. And I feel bad for people that don't have that intuition, that inside voice that is super strong. That's like.
So I don't necessarily think people don't have it. I think it's just, I don't think people have ever been told that they can use it.
Okay.
I think most people have that inner voice of like, I should be doing more or I should be saying something here. But I don't think, I think it's a skill.
Yeah.
I build up to that. If that makes sense. Am I making any sense? I feel like I'm kind of rambling.
You're making sense. I think it is a skill. I also think it's a trust level.
Maybe it's a level of being confident with who you are.
Mhm.
Because I feel like most people have that voice.
Yeah.
Then the reason it doesn't come out is because they don't believe in who they are. So they can't fall back on, they don't want to live and die by their own sword. It's like, I believe this, I want to say it, but if I say it, what if this person says this? What if that person says this? What if this person says this? And it's like, I think when you believe in yourself, you just kind of go, well, they're going to fucking say it regardless. So I might as well say how I feel,
Yeah. I feel like it's a measure of faith too. Happy Ash Wednesday for all who celebrate. Um, do I say Happy Ash? I have no idea. I
Do this.
I mean, I grew up Greek Orthodox. I was baptized in the church. I went to church every single Sunday. I even did some of Greek school, and so it was like a part of my childhood, at least until second or third grade, and then we stopped going so much. And yeah, Wapu got a little bit older, and my
Still
parents had
Christmas Eve though, right? Christmas
Yep.
Eve or
Always went Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Always went Christmas Day. Sometimes we would go for like name days, which are a big thing in the Greek church. So but things that we didn't do like Ash Wednesday. We didn't do, a lot of the symbolic gestures that you and I have started to do recently. And I think like it's just different. It's such an interesting thing. I have been very religious on my own in the past. I've gone to church and not been religious at all while going to church. I've had a tremendous amount of faith when I probably shouldn't have had a lot of faith. I've decided that I was an atheist for a while. That was an interesting time in my life. But each
journey.
it's just I've chosen a lot of different adventures, I think, with it. And I think that's with a lot of people. And I don't want to go too much into it just because, like, for me, it's still like a path that I'm on. But, after Jay passed was when both of us looked at each other and we said, we want that kind of faith that the Briscoe family has. And so that's when we started going back to church. And now, it's finding that faith. And I think a lot of times with, religions that are too overbearing, sometimes you feel almost like left out in a way because you don't dress the right way or you don't do it the right way or you don't know all the right things to say. But our church, Crossbridge, is a lot more chill. Sometimes I go in there with sweats on or funny t-shirts. And it's totally fine, which is, I think, really nice because while you're navigating your faith, you don't want someone saying, dress like this, drink coffee while you're in church, or like, I go in there with my Starbucks sometimes and I'm, exhausted or both of us came from the road sometimes going straight to church and looking like hot messes. I've gone there with full makeup on before when we've taken red eye flights. So, for us, Crossbridge has done, wonders in that sense. And like the kids love it. They absolutely love it. And, but to me, and the point that I'm getting to is I feel like faith needs to work where you are. Like it's something that you have to decide, okay, I'm willing to meet it at this place. And then as time goes on, things are going to change, just like my very strange journey. I've always believed in something, thought, maybe this is a simulation. Sometimes I still think that. Sometimes I'm like, I watch Joe Rogan. I'm like, totally simulation. But I believe that there's aliens that have, they are telling us everything that we should or shouldn't do. But I think that overall, I've always believed in something, that there's something bigger. So maybe that's my intuition. Is it's just always been there, like in a faith kind of way. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll listen to that one. That voice in my head sounds great, but that makes me sound crazy. So voila, cuckoo pants.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really knew what I wanted.
Okay.
Wanted to take it. I think I was raised one way thinking about church, and I kind of dismissed it. Not
Okay.
church, just faith.
Yeah.
But like you said, after Jay passed away, I just remember feeling so lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like just, I'm gonna cry.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no, no,
fucking on you.
just so lost and just like I don't. There has to be. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't. This makes no sense to me. Like what? What did this? That's not. That's not how it's supposed to be. You know. That's not. That's not life. Um, and I just remember being like, I need something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger than myself. Obviously, I have you and the kids, and that's bigger than myself. But it was just like I remember growing up, and I heard someone say, and I don't remember who it was, but it was religion is a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, oh yeah, okay, so it's a crutch for weak people, and that's it. And then that kept popping in my head, and I just remember being like, well, right now I need a crutch. You know, like is that so bad? Um, and that's kind of how I've been looking at it. Is it's like it's just kind of guided me through. Like you said, it meets you where you're at. And we even had that discussion today where I was like, you know what, I'm not ready to commit to doing
Mm-hmm.
the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
But then after you did it, and then we went to Freddie's school, and I thought she was there, and they were
We went there because we thought she was going to be there getting her ashes too, and she had asked us to come. And so, kids go to a Catholic school, and so we were like, okay, yeah, we'll go and we'll go to mass, and they always have mass every week. So we figured we would go and watch her get her ashes. Go ahead, sorry.
no, but and then as they were doing the ashes at her school, I was like, well, I'd like for her to see me doing something outside my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't there.
She was there. It was a very full. And so the younger kids didn't end up going to mass because they had to change where it was going to be at because of the weather. And so she ended up getting her ashes in her classroom. But um, it was interesting today listening to the priest. I never, priest, pastor, minister, I'm always confused on that. Still figuring this part out. But he was talking about act as if, and maybe you'll believe. And I think that goes for every single decision in your life. And I also, heard somebody recently say it's a good decision if you make it a good decision. And I found that fascinating because how many times before anything happens or before we have a big decision or before, we're making a move or changing jobs or whatever, we're like, I don't know, this is going to be hard. It's already like you're putting all this, this pressure and all this negativity out there in the world that there's no way it's going to be good. There's no way. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be the worst decision you ever made. Why? Because you've already put it out there in the world that it is this.
Right.
You've already decided. And so the universe wants to show you that, hey, we're all on the same page. And so here's more of that terribleness. Whereas if you decide, okay, we've made this decision, we're doing X, Y, and Z, it's going to be awesome. It is going to be the greatest decision in our lives. It's going to make us, give us so much peace, give us so much happiness, give us so much purpose. And that's what we've decided. Who's to say that it's not going to do that? No, I'm
Do you
perfect.
have the coffee burps? I usually have.
No.
I've been good.
Anyways, so I think, that goes for anything. If you act as if they used to say dress for the job that you want. And I used to do it all the time. Like that's the way I dressed when I was working at WWE. That's the way that I was when I, started to venture out into doing more managerial stuff. It's the way that I had approached things for a long time. And again, I don't know if it was a tumor or just getting older or kids or what, but I had gotten out of that mindset of like, it is whatever I make it out to be. Like, who, you lose your job. It can be the worst thing or it can be the greatest thing that ever happened to you. And many times for me personally, it's been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me because new characters are invented, new skills are found, new opportunities for spending more time with the kids. Like all of these things have happened out of something that is supposed to be seen as negative. And so, when the preacher, minister, advisor, whatever we're calling him, when he said, even if you're not completely 100% committed to believing in Jesus and God and all this, at least if your body acts like, okay, we're gonna make an effort, then yeah, the rest of you will go. So your actions actually motivate your mind, not the other way around. If you act like you're a happy, healthy person, probably you're going to be a lot more happy and healthy, I think. And I find that sometimes in the morning where I wake up and I'm like, this weather, why is it so gray? Like, why in the Midwest sometimes?
Understand that. Like the sun just goes away. Like, you know what? All you Midwesterners, fuck off. You get no sun for the rest of the way. We get little glimpses, and we're like, "Oh, thank
Okay.
you, sun."
So here's a good one from Let Them. Using the Let Them theory, you will learn how to flip comparison from a major problem in your life into your greatest teacher. I love this.
It's pretty much just summed up what you were talking about, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. There's more here.
Okay.
No, that one we can talk about later. Uh, well, here's a very good one. The truth is, you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't: consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. So, by way of your body moving in the direction of success, I feel as if the rest will come as long as you are consistent and determined and you have a moral compass and a firm foundation of beliefs and you don't have a bunch of detractors that want to tell you you're doing it wrong, that you're listening to. Like there's always going to be people like people have a way of finding, some people, not all people, but some people have a way. I'm going to keep saying some people have a way of finding the most negative things and then just like attaching to them and being like, oh, this is, you're terrible and you're uh, uh, but but honestly, like, you have a choice. You can be like, you know what, I'm not listening to you, crazy pants. I'm gonna move on because that bit of crazy is not my journey. That bit of crazy that's your own thing. And so, yeah, I really like, all week I've been on a crusade about that. And then, it's weird how the universe works and like signs that you see and stuff. But, um, you know, I was told that, my videos were small and I was told that, um, I wasn't doing it right. And I was told that I couldn't give any advice on anything because apparently I'm an idiot. And I was criticized a lot for the things that I enjoy doing. And it's really up to me whether or not I decide, like, is that going to affect me and affect what I want?
But that's such a difficult thing to realize, but it's the right answer, you know?
What? What's the right answer?
You get to decide how it affects you, and like you're in control of that. And I think it can feel many times like you're not in control of it, but I think in the moments of clarity, that's when you realize, like, oh, okay, like, no, I don't have to listen to all that. I get to decide how I move forward. I get to decide whether I give into the negativity or I continue down the path of just believing in myself.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's easy for, like, it's always easy to say that because it's common sense, but it's difficult to execute because I think like being drawn into the negativity and having a negative reaction is such an easier path to take.
Mhm.
But when you, and I think it all comes down to confidence again, like when you have the self-confidence to be like, I don't have to give into that negativity because I believe in so much of myself that you can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want because I know that the things that you are saying and the things that you are doing aren't true because I am living true to who I want to be.
Yeah, and that's just a representation of them. It's not a representation of you.
That's their journey, not yours. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite lines that I've like so many times over the last few months, things have happened. And I've just been like, no, that's their journey, not mine.
Mhm.
And it is, it's true. So there was a book I was reading. No, no, I can't remember the name of it. Um,
All right, you think that.
I'll think about it.
Think.
Let me look it up.
Okay, you do that. Okay, I'm gonna.
But yeah, that's
So whoever it is that's triggering you, let them irritate you, let them burn you up, and let them show you exactly what you want and what you need to be doing to get there.
the courage to be disliked.
Oh yeah,
Yes, and that's kind of what they talk about. It's their they say in there it's their task, not yours. It's their task to complete.
yeah. That I mean, I think that's really important in a marriage. Like,
Completing tasks that your wife tells you to do.
no, I think in a marriage, like, so when you come together in a marriage or a relationship,
Matrimony.
like this,
Gather here. Just high five.
it's just coming together.
Hey, high five the wife. On the wife? Is that what it is? You might high five the wife.
Good.
High five.
Here's a ching. No, when you come into marriage, you all
House eating me.
that's just sitting on you. When you come into a marriage, I feel as if everybody assumes that everyone's on the same page. Like everybody is in the same, like they're at the same point of their journey. Like everyone, like let's say everybody's journeying.
Wait, did you assume we were on the same point? Because we were like way off.
Well, okay, so here, what I thought
Because I was like here on my journey and like 17 miles ahead, you're here on your journey. And I was like, hey,
17.
hey, wait, I'm sorry, I'm going right across you. Hey, wait up. So did you not?
My assumption was that you would meet me like quickly after our marriage, like I
think it was Sonic the Hedgehog. I told you more Knuckles.
Yes, it's your new character. No, who's your new character? Shadow. No, who's your new
Knuckles.
Knuckles, your new character.
Okay. We watched Sonic 3 the other day.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
What was it that he said? The mushroom, not the mushroom, the marshmallow.
I have dishonored my marshmallow. I thought that was hilarious.
It's hilarious. Anyway,
Right.
no, I thought
We're talking about Sonic 3.
yes. So in Sonic 3, I'm Tails, and I'm like, I'm over there, I'm flying actually, and I'm like up in the air and I'm going. Anyways, so way ahead. But I thought we'd get married and you'd be like, oh no, I need to catch up. And then you'd like, get real fast and like catch up quickly, but you did not. That was my error.
You greatly underestimated.
I mean, I think
You've greatly underestimated.
so on this
Oh,
podcast,
slow,
or
thank
on
you.
any of our
Yeah.
podcast, I feel as if I insult you, so I'm trying to not.
I don't care.
It's
I don't.
it's like TV show ever where the
I used to care.
It's just
It used to bother me a lot, but I feel like I've thickened my skin quite a bit. People
Mhm.
used to say
we kind of have to around.
vile, nasty shit about me, and you used to be so harsh. I think it's just now I have gotten to a place where I'm pretty.
I'm still harsh. You just don't feel it the same.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. Yeah, but it's good. Harshness helped. I needed it.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, but okay. Anyways, so what I was trying to get to was everybody's at a different point in their journey. Like I'm at a different point in my journey with motherhood than you are with fatherhood. I'm at a different point with um, my family than you are with your family. I'm at a different, and even though we're in this marriage, we're not at the same point with anything. Like I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, I still love wrestling. I still, I think that there's a place in my life for it, but I'm okay waiting until the right thing comes up. I'm okay not jumping into the next thing because that's where I'm at on my journey. My journey is I'm good with figuring out, what comes next. Although we've been having a few conversations about Women's Wrestling Army, which are fascinating. We'll see what happens with those. I know that a lot of people have asked about that and whether or not Women's Wrestling Army will come back. And I know that, there's different ways to approach it, different ways to do it, and we'll see what ends up happening. But um, even with that, like I don't want to rush it. I don't want to just do something to do it anymore. I want to do something because it's the right thing to do. Because I have other things, I'm still moving. I just am not necessarily moving with wrestling being the number one thing in my life right now. Which means it probably will become the number one thing in my life. But that's how it always goes. But I think that there's there's something to realizing that your partner, as much as you love them and you want to be on the same journey with them, it's not always yours.
No, but I think it's like, is this the person I want to help guide their journey to?
Uh-huh. Or hug him along like I'm pulling a mule that has 7,000 pounds of
Mules
baggage.
One of the hardest working animals. So
Yes, but when they're stubborn as hell, if they decide I'm done for the day, they decide. That's it. Strong as hell.
that's how you are, though. When you decide you're done, you're done. You just walk away. Sure, we've talked about it, but we will be watching a movie, which doesn't happen very often. But when we do, we'll sit down to watch a movie. When Maria has decided she's ready for bed, also, that means I'm ready for bed. So what she does is she doesn't say goodnight. She just proceeds to turn the TV off, turn the light off, and go to bed. Most of the time, I end up sitting here on the couch. Like, guess I'll go fuck myself. For you, when you're done, you're done.
But it's time for bed.
Not for me.
Maybe it is.
No.
But you always say it's better to go to bed earlier than later.
But
so
you need to let me be my own worst enemy. I don't know why you're fighting that. I am self-destructive. Please let me lead into my self-destructive tendencies.
no,
Please.
no, because
If I don't sabotage myself, you will. Please. I beg of you.
no, I refuse. I refuse. I have been your, Jiminy Cricket. That is who I am.
Then you get killed.
I don't want to get killed.
I'll get killed.
Okay, I am Jiminy Cricket that doesn't get killed. I am resurrected.
Gets eaten by a whale, right? Pinocchio does, right? Does Pinocchio get eaten by a whale?
I have no idea now.
He does.
Maybe
I think so.
someone's going to be telling us.
Someone's either going to say, Mike was right, Or what the fuck was he talking about? Hopefully I was right, because I'm pretty sure Pinocchio gets eaten by a whale.
Sure.
Might have dreamed it.
If some interesting dreams.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have an interesting mind.
True. So you have shows coming up.
Yeah, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited.
Are you excited?
I am. I haven't been traveling as much, so I'm really excited to just kind of get on the road. I've done some local independent shows for AAW, which have been a blast. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on the road. I'm sure as soon as yes, they're going to be pissed off and mad at me because they've enjoyed Daddy being home. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. I need to go out and wrestle and do what I love to do. And
14th and 15th of this month.
Me and Taven.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do you miss Taven?
I do. I always miss Taven. No, he's my road wife.
I know.
Married on the road.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to seeing.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the kids being mad at me though.
No.
I don't like that. I know Freddie's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
I think Carver usually deals with it pretty well, but Freddie, actually, I shouldn't say that. So Freddie gets emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Carver keeps it inside and then beats everyone up around him.
Mm-hmm. Literally beating
Like
him up.
that's how he deals with it because he needs this. He
Mhm.
needs me to beat up. I need to be there to beat up. So they do handle it very, very differently. I shouldn't say Carver doesn't. He gets very.
Yeah, I couldn't get him to move. Speaking of a mule, but I couldn't get him to get dressed in the morning or nothing. He was like, now. And then he called himself.
Do you think are we the only do any other parents deal with like getting their kids ready for school is so
Everybody deals with this.
they do, right?
Everybody. Yeah.
Because it's so
kids have a really hard time with any kind of transitions
Hmm.
because they've never experienced them before. And so for them, it's all they're learning how to deal with transitioning from, okay, I'm sleeping and then now I'm awake and now I got to get dressed and now I got to brush my teeth. And for some reason, kids hate brushing their, I love brushing my teeth because I'm like,
what do you like?
now my mouth is clean and I'm not breathing on people. The kids, though, they don't care. They're like, oh, it's a giant piece of broccoli. It wouldn't be broccoli with my kids. Who am I kidding? They look at green stuff and they're like, to them, that's
It's
like
green.
a vampire or
Like,
something.
oh, ew, that's green.
Mhm.
Like green is universally known as bad. Ew, that's green.
And I'm like, no, it's my favorite color. Nobody cares. Yeah, for kids, it's just all these transitions in the morning are really tough. Like I'm sleeping and it's cozy.
It's tough for adults too.
Yeah, I wake up pretty good in the morning though. I don't have that. I used to be a night owl, but then I don't like being. As soon as it's bedtime, I'm the first to be like, yes, sleep.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do
You
the
fall
sleep
asleep
thing.
for everyone.
I do. And sometimes it's the worst because Carver's still trying to get comfortable. So randomly I get like across the face.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep till I get at least past 10 o'clock.
What do you do there? They just laying there? Like,
Mine is like a hump, like, because I'm just at that time of night, I'm so used to like wrestling. My adrenaline hasn't learned to be like, hey, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's not a Wednesday night or a Saturday night. You don't gotta fucking be this amped up. But I just spilled on myself. That's how amped up I am now. But I can't
spill on yourself every time.
I know.
This is not a good podcast unless you spill on yourself. So guess what? Every single week I'm spilling.
Just so like
Next
think-
time you
you know what
go coffee.
I think I should do is I should
Penis.
sounds like a drink. The scorched penis.
That's what I want. My next bachelorette party.
Having another one. What the fuck?
I'm still marrying you. I'll marry you again. But I want to marry the new you because the old one.
Great.
The old one I'm
Well,
not. I wouldn't marry again at this point in my life. Too much work.
I wouldn't marry him either. I like that he made me the new me, though.
Yeah, we can appreciate him, but goodbye.
Anyway, so here's what I'm going to do.
He could go.
I'm going to start coming downstairs and setting up curtains so that I can just jump through and play wrestling music so I can get that out. Because I just sit here because I'm so, like, I'm just amped at that time. That's why I feel like all my focus comes in at that time because it's like,
I can't do the podcast at that time, and
I
I would be like,
No, no,
no,
I have-
absolutely not.
I have to be programmed. Like it has to be programmed in my brain. Like
Yeah.
it must, because you like at 8 o'clock, unless I've been exhausted from the road or something, and then I come home. But besides that, even those nights, like the nights I've caught red eyes or something, I just remember coming home and like being exhausted when I get home. But by like noon, I was kind of up and ready to go. And then I'd be like, all right, well, I'll be tired by 5 or 6 o'clock. And it was just, I would be fucking exhausted the next morning, is what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
I was the travel, my travel day, I was good when I got home.
Mm-hmm.
It was the day after that I always struggled with. Like I was able to come home, like if I did whatever, let's say I did Boston, I would go do Boston on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's half the day's a wash because you'd have to use it to travel home. But like that day, I was usually good, even though the night before I probably didn't sleep because you wrestle and then you're at work till like 11 or midnight, and then you come back to the hotel and your flight's at like 5, so you don't sleep anyways. But for some reason that day, even on little to no sleep, that day I was always good. Like I could get off the plane, come home, and
I was angry.
you were done. But I could be amped up and ready to go and be like, all right, I'm ready for the kids. But then the next morning, even if I get a good amount of sleep that night, the next morning, I just, yeah, it like hits me like a freight train.
Mm.
It's tough.
Not me. I just, once I get off the plane, I'm like just mean until bed.
I've learned though, if you work out right after you get off a flight, the best.
Yeah, not me. No.
No, it does. It would work.
Well, it does work.
Yeah, you just don't want to do it,
No. Absolutely not.
but it helps.
Maybe.
Helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. I have a show this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember where right now. I can't remember where, but I do have a show this weekend. And it's weird now doing a show. I'll figure.
I got a show. I don't know where, but I got one.
You know, they used to drive my mother crazy as I would not look at my flight until the day before and be like, oh, I guess I'm leaving at whatever time, 5 a.m. or but you get to that place where you can't think about every
So you
single.
have to shut your brain off to it.
If you don't, if you're flying multiple times in a week, all you're thinking about is your flights and packing a bag. And I don't want to think about packing a bag every single day. That's crazy. That's way too much.
You just fall into a system too, though.
Yeah, it's hard with kids though, because now you have to plan in advance to be like, oh yeah, someone needs to watch these chillins. But yeah, I'm excited for going to the hotel at the show and having like a moment. Peace and quiet, but also like not being punched in the face in the middle of the night, or being able to sleep through the night, and be on my own schedule. Because with kids, you're just not on your own schedule. It doesn't matter. There's no possible way of, you know, planning anything, because the kids will be like, "No, we're doing this now.
Mm-hmm.
We're building a track now." This past weekend was Carver's birthday party, which was so much fun.
It was awesome.
So much fun. And we only had 15 minutes to set up, and one of the parents is like, oh, you did all this in 15 minutes, and like, it's just so fun for me. Like, I was like planning to do all of the decorations and everything for him for like a month in advance. And I really enjoy setting it all up, because when they come in and they're just so excited to see everything in their little faces, and they get to play with their friends, and they get to hang out, and like, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. I love, he was so excited about his cake. He's been talking about what kind of cake.
It's okay.
what kind of cake am I going
was
to
awesome.
What kind of cake am I going to have? And I posted a video of it on Instagram and of his party. And like, it's really cool to see that excitement. And also, like, I was terrified because it was a roller skating party.
Mhm.
And I thought for sure we were going to have broken bones and crying the whole time and everything.
I cannot believe how kids can hit the roller skating rink so hard and just pop right back up like nothing happened. Like Freddie fell where like her knees went forward, but her skates stayed back. And I was like, oh my God, both my kneecaps would have shot across the room had that happened. And she just like, whoa, 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 Daddy, did you see that? And I'm like, get 2 bags of ice immediately. Yeah, I thought so many times kids went down and you just do this. Okay, you're laughing good. Ooh, thought that was the one.
Yeah, and I grew up skating, so for me it's fun to get back on the skates. But then I also realized like
I did not.
he didn't skate.
I took ice skating.
I thought for sure he would have skated at the party.
I took ice.
Very disappointed.
Oh no, my career depends on my knees not shooting across the skating rink. So
What was that?
me putting on my new knees.
Eventually, honey, you'll probably need new knees. Not yet.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm just I was able to skate for a little bit with Carver in between, like trying to get the cake and everything, or the pizzas all set and feed them, which I did not do on skates because I was like, yeah, I'm going down for sure if I don't have the use of my hands. And that was so nice. And like,
And kids love slushies.
they do love slushies. Yeah, they.
Red, blue.
Mhm. But
If it's slush, they love it.
it's fun, and I I always think about like the value of that, of like having those moments of all coming together and like celebrating, a person's life or the birthday or their success, or and that it's really fun. And I think you know with doing the floral arrangements now and trying to figure out where we're going to go next with it. Um, you know, I like doing that for people. I like doing making it special.
Good at it too.
Thank you.
You are.
I'm trying. I'm learning. Sometimes I feel like an idiot.
I would be like, ooh.
Wouldn't.
Yes, I would. I
No.
might. So you can trust me.
Sure.
This is a trustworthy.
Never tell me something like that. He would be like, "Oh yeah, it's great, honey."
Oh my God. No,
Yes.
no. Incorrect.
I'm still learning. I don't know a lot, and I'm still learning.
Yeah, but you're
a lot.
practicing.
And, yeah, I mean that's why
And I
that's
think
why we're doing it.
That's the coolest thing is you're excited. Like you sit there and you read your flower books and tell me things.
Mhm.
And I'm like, awesome. Eucalyptus. Let's go.
Sounds like cowabunga or something. Eucalyptus.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna keep growing that and seeing if maybe we can develop a business out of it. And so I enjoy doing that kind of stuff for people. It's just fun. Um and that selfishly, it's also it's enjoyable for me.
Why is it selfish? Shouldn't it be enjoyable for you?
I think it should. I think
like
that
it should. I don't think that's
passion,
selfish.
you should explore that. And
You should.
what is it that past what?
I've noticed that when I keep my drink down here, it looks like I have a green alien wiener. So I'm going to move it to right there.
I don't want you to have a green wiener.
Okay, anyone wants me to have a green alien wiener.
There.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean it's definitely not a career path I would have told you when I was uh little. I wanted to be a lot of different things, but florist was not one of them. But it's fun. I'm trying to figure out where that takes me. And
It's fun for me to watch.
yeah.
Yeah. because you're a person that's always so sure. And just like,
So he likes that I'm failing.
no, failing. I love that you're vulnerable and you're willing to be like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. And just act like we've had conversations about how you're just like, oh, I'm just watching videos or reading books and I have no idea. And I love seeing that vulnerability because I feel like you don't show it. Like you have a very like, I know. And this one you're showing and you're showing it to a lot of people. And I think that's really cool. I admire that. I think it takes a lot of courage to be like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it in front of all these people and come hell or high water. Why? Because it's just what I love to do. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Well,
I think my beard just going to call the microphone too.
that hurt.
No, I'm just worried it's going to sound like
Yeah, I'll just hold.
it's just, don't do that.
I feel like I put your face on a plant.
Yeah, it's just like,
No, I mean, I feel like at this point in our marriage, though, I can be a little bit more vulnerable. In the past, I couldn't. And we would have gotten. We would have gotten eaten alive by life if you were super vulnerable and I was. You and I would just
the super vulnerable.
like a corner somewhere crying, saying, life sucks.
Just,
So bad. And it just never would have worked. Like it just wouldn't have been a great thing to have two people that were in that place. But now I feel like it's okay if I'm a little bit vulnerable.
mm,
Um, and it's a different kind of career. So like in wrestling, you can't be uber like they will attack. Like
I am. They do.
they will be like, oh, you don't really know what you're doing. And, you know, some fans that are not so kind will be like, you suck. And they just pile on. And there was recently an article that came out.
They're so mean.
Well, yeah.
They're just so mean.
Yeah.
I don't.
I get it right now.
I can't wrap my brain around it. Like, I'm like, what is going on in your life that when you see me wrestle, you want to burn my house down? Like, I don't understand. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I haven't watched myself wrestle in a while. Maybe if I watch myself wrestle, I'd be like, burn this fucker to the ground. I get it. Yep.
Maybe you think it sucks?
I don't know.
There's like a lot of misinformation out there. There was an article recently that came out about me that was like, there's at least 10 errors in this article. Like,
well, people just make shit up too.
well, now it's like AI. So they use AI to write articles, and I'm like, well, how can you get to proper facts? Although I tried, Grok, your girlfriend in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. I tried this out recently, and it sent me a very nice, lovely way of pitching myself so that I could get more into motivational speaking, which is something that I'm really passionate about. I want to do, and we want to try together as well. Sometimes I feel as if though we'll just be doing a Congo line on the stage and we won't actually talk about anything or motivate anyone.
I just feel like a party.
Yeah, I think it feel like a party.
Like the Bennett Canellis party.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it sucks. But yes, so like I do like Grok on. Is it Grok?
Mm-hmm.
Grok. On X, but sometimes on X, I'm just like, where do these articles come from? Like, they're not true. And, you know, I'm being called all these things. And just because I ask questions now, like, how dare you? How dare you ask questions?
I feel like it's so important now more than ever to just be able to, like, it doesn't matter. Because what I've learned is people will say whatever, people will write whatever, people will do whatever if they have the motivation to do it. So I can't control it. And no matter how much of me reading it or yelling at it or thinking about it is going to change it. So I literally just like, whatever. People can say whatever they want about it.
Sure.
I don't care.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't necessarily like the fact that eventually kids will be able to read it.
Sure, but
I don't like that. And I also don't like when people make stuff up about, like, oh, you burnt a bridge over there. You burnt. No, I didn't.
people
Bridge is burnt. Um,
people will make whatever up based on their perception of who you are, and they
yeah.
want to keep that perception going. That's just how it is. It's
But
and I think it sucks, but that's just
yes, but
no one goes
one
like that.
person writes it.
I was wrong.
One person writes it, and then everybody's like, that must be true. And it's like, no, it's not true. It's not true.
But that is such an exhausting battle to be like,
Well, no, and I don't do the battle anymore. A lot of times what I do is I just block people. Bye, block.
way around the world before the truth can get his pants on. Like, it's just how it happens.
Yes.
I think that's your favorite there. I think Winston Churchill said that, didn't he? Oh, man, if I'm wrong on that, I am going to get ripped to shreds.
Mm.
I'm going to say Winston Churchill, and someone's going to be like, yeah.
Okay, so here, this is a good one for this. All right. I don't think it's I'm sorry. I don't think
I can see him saying that. Like, well, I guess that went wrong. Well, the truth gets his pants on. That was probably really bad, wasn't it?
It's really bad. Really? You should not do impressions.
Just not George W. Bush impressions.
Maybe none.
You want me doing that impression?
No, not today. Try next week. Okay, here we go. So this is from Meditations, your favorite. Marcus Aurelius. All right, there we go. From my tutor, supporting neither the greens nor the blues, and neither the lights nor the heavies. Endurance of hardship, reduction of one's own needs, working with one's own hands, minding one's own business, and turning a deaf ear to
Malicious.
Thank you, malicious gossip. Do you know what that means?
Mm.
Mind your business.
I think it means who cares?
It means the more you entertain the gossip, the more you entertain people that want, if you keep kicking that, it's going to, oh, you're not kicking it.
I'm not kicking.
I thought I heard someone kicking.
No, that's the wind outside.
Oh, it's
We're looking at the windy city. There. Did you hear that? Hello, Boston.
windy. Hello, Boston.
Boston, my old friend. Your accent came out again.
When you said Port Becard, or you're heading to the packing. Yeah, I think all that effort and caring what other people think is an anchor. It is something that holds you back. And if anything, this week I've felt that of people trying to hold you back because they're too afraid to go after their own beliefs and their own dreams. And I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to keep moving forward. We're in the process of making a big decision right now. And you said to me the other day, does Jesus need to show up at the house?
No. I said, what? Does God need to knock on the door and tell you that he's showing you all these signs? Does he need to show up at the door and ring our doorbell and say, hey, what did I say? He's going to do that John Travolta from Pulp Fiction? Fucking paying attention? Like, I'm telling you to do this. And if you don't, I had to come to your door and be like,
But the unknown is
of
uncomfortable.
course it is. It's supposed to be. At least that's what I'm telling myself.
What is it?
Helps me sleep at night.
The fire hardens the iron. Is that it?
I have no idea.
It's new. Go.
Shh. Did you make that up? You put it on a t-shirt. TM. Trademarked.
I had no idea.
What'd you say? The fire hardens the iron? Sure, fuck it. Let's go with it.
I want to get a hat, and I don't think I'm going to get it before the next podcast.
You can put that slogan on your hat.
No, art is dangerous. It's my new mantra, philosophy. I watch it with the kids. All right, I don't think I've talked about this on here, but about the state play. Did I talk about it on this
I don't think so.
last week?
Uh-uh.
I don't know.
Is that a movie?
Oh,
Oh,
so nearly headless Nick from Harry Potter once said that if you want to be creative, you need to be in a state of play. He did not say that in the movie. The actor said it.
yeah,
He's
yeah, the movie.
I find that fascinating, and I think that's where we're at now is a state of play and all of our decision making and moving forward. So
Trying to make life fun.
yeah, and we'll make something happen. I think for sure.
Yeah.
What's the hang on? Let me go back to this quote. Or is it? No, not that one. Yeah, and you need to talk for a minute so I can find this quote. Oh wait. It's time to grow up and act like a mature adult.
So play and have fun.
I think that is very adult-like. Allowing yourself to
Yes.
have fun. I think
You need to grow up and act like a child. That's my quote for the day.
very good. That's a
Grow up and act like a child.
okay. Well, make sure you guys subscribe and like things. I know you're supposed to point when you're doing it. Like it and subscribe and point to the heavens, pointing that way.
You please like and subscribe.
And then you can follow us on, we have Facebook, Adult Conversation Podcast. We have a Instagram, Adult Conversations Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram and on X. I prefer Instagram, which is Maria Canellis. You can also follow all of my silly little floral videos on the Wild Stems on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And Mike Bennett. Just look it up. You'll find it.
I always ramble, and then you're just like,
Ah, yes, I go. I go.
now we got
Well,
circles.
That's good. A little way to end, though.
It's a good one. Except my
It's not-
my keeps. Let me get it. I get it.
I'll push you into the camp.
No, it's still on. Still on.